What's up, guys? I'm back here at Gettle Chevy in Punta Gorda, Florida. Check out this brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox. This is the LT trim, which is the base model, and this is as close to the base that I found on the dealer's lot. It's got two options added to it. One of them is this black metallic roof for about $595, and the other option is the safety and security package for $1,000. I'm going to list all of that in the description of this video. This vehicle lists just about $32,000, and we're going to take you on the complete tour of it, starting right up front. And this vehicle has been redone from the ground up. But before we get up close and personal with this particular one, let's talk about Equinox. It's been a part of a Chevy family since 2005, so 20 years only, but it's never really competed against the compact SUVs. It's been kind of that forgotten vehicle reserved for the fleets, for the rental car agencies. I drive one as a company vehicle. The company that I work for provided me with one, and it's a 2020, quite a bit difference, but at least I have a first-hand comparison to what it was to what it is right now. But let's take a look, starting at the design. And this generation looks more like a proper SUV, kind of a mini Traverse. And look at this, it has this nice flat hood. It's got two grooves on the side scrolling down here. These are your LED daytime running lights / turn signals. Down here at the bottom, we have the projector beam LED headlamps, and at the very bottom, we have some fog lamps. Now, each trim is going to have a different front end, different grim. This LT's got a lot of shiny chrome. It also have the gold Chevy bow tie. Part of that safety and security package with this front view camera. Bottom of it is finished in the matte black cladding. Now, let's pop the hood and let's see what powers it up. No matter which Equinox model you choose from, they're all going to have the same engine, 1.5 liter turbocharged EcoTech 4-cylinder engine, 175 horsepower. Now, the torque is going to depend on which configuration you choose. If you choose the front-wheel drive, it's going to come with a continuously variable transmission. It's going to have 183 pound-feet of torque. And if you choose the all-wheel drive, it's going to have an 8-speed automatic, and that's going to deliver 203 pound-feet of torque. This is a front-wheel drive, and we're going to test it out at the end of this video. What else is going on? We have this ugly prop stick and some sound insulation underneath the hood. As we go around the corner, take a look at the side profile, you can see the resemblance to the Chevy Traverse, which of course was redesigned for this model year as well. 183 inches long, 74.9 inches wide. That's about 2.5 inches wider, about the same length as the previous generation, and 64 inches, about 66 if it had the roof rails as far as the height of it. I like this color combination. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the roof is an optional package, $595 for this different color roof. It is nice and shiny. It's got some sparkle in here. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but it's not just a regular black, it's this black metallic. And as far as the wheel and tire setup, so what we have the 17-inch wheels. 235 by 65 is the tire size. This is the more on the road tire, even though this is the Firestone destination tire. And if you look at the wheel arches, they've been squared off. The same black cladding goes around the entire width of the vehicle. Equinox spelled out on the side. You have the black mirror cap, side view camera, again part of that safety and security package. We have the blind spot assist. The vehicle can be locked and unlocked pushing the button as long as the key is somewhere on you. Surroundings of the windows and the pillars are finished in black. And check this out. This is this shark fin that Chevy is putting on pretty much all of their vehicles. The Trax has it, Trailblazer has it, the Traverse has it. It's kind of a unique design. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but hey, it is here. And as we move around the corner, we're going to take a look at the back of it. That's where we're really going to see the width of this vehicle, how wide it is. And of course, the brand new design, we have all LED tail lamps that includes your turn signals, tail lights and reverse lights, the reflector lights down here at the bottom, and no visible exhaust. If this vehicle had the towing package, it would tow about 800 pounds with the front wheel drive, 1,500 pounds with the all-wheel drive. Here's a couple other things. We have the Chevy bow tie, of course, one rear view camera, and then the digital mirror rear view camera right on top, third brake light, exposed wiper. Well, let's pop this gate open and let's see what we have. This being the base trim, we have the manual opening for the gate. Not heavy at all. And check this out, guys. This is impressive quite a bit, about 26, almost 27 cubic feet as far as the storage. You can fold down the seats if that wasn't enough for you. Now, the one thing that was available on the previous generation was those levers right here in the back, which you would pull on it would release the seats. Now, if you're tall enough, you can do it from the back. If not, you have to get inside and open it up. If the seats are folded down, you have about 68 cubic feet of cargo, and you have some illumination here, 12-volt power outlet, more storage space. And if you're wondering if it has a spare tire, there's a spare tire right underneath here. Well, that's what's going on in the cargo space. Let's see what's going on in the passenger compartment. Let's start with this rear door panel, see what's going on here. So this is all nice and soft. This is hard plastic, a little bit of starch at the bottom. And let's jump inside. Take a look at the seats. We have the fabric covered seats. This is a same fabric as I have on my work truck, and I gotta tell you, this is very durable. Not super comfortable, but durable. And we have this armrest, pops open with 2 cup holders. Both driver and passenger seats have some seat back storage. In the middle console, you'll find the rear vents, 2 USB Type-C ports, and I don't know what that storage is for, maybe a tiny little cell phone or not, but take a look at the floor. This is nice and flat, giving you the maximum space in the back. And let me jump inside, see if I can fit behind myself. Well, the front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm 5'11", almost 6 feet tall, and here it is, guys. About 2.5 inches in front of my knees, about 4 inches above my head. Plenty of shoulder room, so no shortage of space in here. However, I got to complain about something. The seats are not very comfortable, not at all. I think I'd rather upgrade it maybe to that Evotech material, a little bit softer. At least that's what it was on that active trim that I did before. Before we get inside, let's take a look at the sticker over here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. Final assembly point, St. Louis, Mexico. Country of origin, Mexico. Transmissions, Mexico. So it is assembled in Mexico. 27 is the combined gas mileage, 26 in the city, 28 on the expressway, and the final MSRP, 31,575. Not bad for the SUV this size. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door. It's okay. It's not the best, not the worst. On the front door panel, you see the same thing as we've seen in the back, this nice and soft trim. Then we also have this piano black trim, window, mirror, and a lock controls, a bit more storage. On the higher trim levels, we also have the memory seat settings and the ability to open the power gate. Now, the seats are manual adjustments for both driver and passenger. Once you adjust, it should be nice and comfortable. And I gotta tell you, there's something different about these than the ones in the back. Definitely a little bit more supportive than the back seats, but I also feel like they are slightly more comfortable. And before I jump inside, I want to show you this, that we also have this storage space underneath this console, because they moved the shifter from the middle here to the column. And on the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have the parking brake. We have the ability to turn off that automatic start stop feature, auto hold for the brakes, and the dimmer for the instrument cluster. Well, let's jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. All right, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. All right, check this out, guys. Let's get this party started. Let's get this vehicle rolling. Here's the warning light. This is not a head-up display. That's basically displays like if anything's going on. That's needs to warn you. So let's take a look at the design first. On the right hand side, look at this vent. It almost has like this three-dimensional look, like this liquid steel on the inside. That's retro styling. Now we also have some texture on the inside of this trim, and on the outside of the one around it, this is the same trim as you have on the door. Big screen, 11.3 inches, 11 inches as far as the instrument cluster. Nice size steering wheel, feels good to the touch. It's got some stitching on the inside. We also have a bunch of buttons. Cruise control, it has the adaptive cruise control as well, in the heated steering wheel. And let's take a look and see what's going on. Now you can have different views in here. So let's say I have a maps displaying in here. We also have the range, the speeds, the gear indicator, who's wearing the seatbelts or not, etc. Now this is that adaptive cruise control. See audio unavailable on the right hand side. Not sure why. This is that basic screen, and now we have the standard screen, temperature, date, time. You have the odometer or the speedometer and the middle tachometer around it. And on the right hand side, you can turn on your audio if you wanted to. That's what's going on in the instrument cluster. If you move on to the infotainment system, now here we have this new Google based infotainment system. So we have the map. Let's see if the map is built in this one. There you go. So even on the base trim level, you have the navigation system, which you don't have as a standard equipment in most of the competitors. This is Google Maps, really nice, easy to use. If you haven't used that, I urge you to give it a try. It's a really nice system. All right, so what else we have here? Go back to your home screen. We have Alexa, we have camera. Let's take a look at the camera. See, this one has this optional safety and security package. Basically, it's got that top-down view. Really good quality as far as the camera, front view camera, rear view camera, top-down side views. Okay, so you have several different views. And if I put it in reverse, it also is going to give me that active trajectory lines. So allows me to maneuver really easy. So I like this system. It's really nice. I think that's one of the best in its class, especially considering this is a compact SUV. Let's put it in park. Settings, Wi-Fi, hotspot, audio. Audio as far as the sources, we have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, and then of course you have your Bluetooth streaming, USB streaming, and then you can download your favorite podcast through Google if you want to. Go back to your home screen. That's pretty much it. Audio, maps, phone controls, my Chevrolet. Oh, one thing about the controls, most of the controls for the vehicle moved up to the infotainment system. So let's see, there's a shortcut right here, and if you want to see more controls, you hit that. Lights. So here's your headlight control. You can turn them on, off, dome light, fog lights, auto high beams, etc. Doors and windows, power window lockout, and then here's your dome light, power window lockout, front fog lights, etc. Traction control. So these are your controls that you can access through here. Let's close this off. This is basically your infotainment system. Nice, lots of customization. The audio sounds good, nothing too crazy about it, but it sounds really, really good. Now, as far as the climate control, this one has a single zone climate control. On the active trim, we had the dual zone climate control with the digital display inside. This one has basically just the hot and cold, and that's what you'll have in here. It will come with the heated seats, and then there's some shortcuts for the rest of the heating and air conditioning system. Down below, we have the USB Type-C, USB Type-A, and where you had the wireless charging for your phone on that active trim, this is just the extra storage space, I guess. We have the cup holders, a little bit more storage. As you can see, there is no dial for the different drive modes, and then we have more storage inside of the console. Moving up, we have the digital mirror. This is a nice safety feature. I believe that every vehicle should have it. And up on top, you have the OnStar LED lights. And, whoa, this one doesn't even have the sunglasses holder. Does it have illuminated mirrors? Yep, it does. Tons of headroom. But this is what's going on the interior of this base 2025 Chevy Equinox LT. Well, guys, before I take it for a spin, let's talk about pricing. There are 3 different trims available for 2025. Equinox LT being the base one, front-wheel drive. Now, there's a little bit of discrepancy. I'm looking at the sticker. I'm looking at the website right here. On Chevy's website, it says the LT front-wheel drive starts from $28,995. I believe that includes the destination charge, because on the sticker is $28,600. So $29,995 with the front wheel drive and $31,995 as an all-wheel drive. And if you look at the RS or active trims, they both have the same prices: $36,395 for the all-wheel drive and $34,395 as far as the front-wheel drive. A reminder, the front-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive have different transmissions. The front-wheel drive comes with a continuously variable transmission, and the all-wheel drive comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission. They also have different torque ratings: 183 pound-feet of torque with a continuously variable transmission, 203 as far as the regular transmission and the all-wheel drive. So let's take it for a spin really quick and see how this vehicle handles on the road. Now, this is the LT trim. Of course, this is the base trim level and entry level, and as you've seen, there's only a few features that were added onto. I think the much needed ones, but let's see how it drives. Now, I've tested the Active before and I liked it. It had a slightly different tune to a suspension. That's why I'm gonna take it in the middle of this lot, do a couple circles, twist and turn, see how this trim level handles. And first things first, we'll take a steering wheel all the way to the left and we're gonna make a circle. Okay, I don't know if it's me, but I think it's got slightly bit more of that lean during turning. Let's see that. Yeah, it's a little bit softer suspension than on the Active trim, which is no surprise because they said that it was going to be an off-road tune suspension on the Active trim versus the LT trim. Now, for the regular use, I think I prefer this much better versus the Active trim, but if you are taking it off the beaten path, you might need that little bit tougher suspension to handle some of that terrain. Yeah, a few bumps on this road right here. All right. Not bad at all. Now, what I like about this vehicle is the width of it and how spacious it is on the inside. It's very wide, the huge windshields, decent size mirrors, and this digital mirror. I think that should be a standard equipment on pretty much all of them because it makes a lot of difference. If I turn it off and I still look in the back, let's see. Can I see it? Yeah, very limited view without that digital mirror turned on. So definitely a nice feature here. I still hear quite a bit of this road noise. So coming from the tires, I believe there's a hum coming from the tires. If you watched my Active Equinox video, I complained about it a bit because they were the more aggressive tires. These ones are not much quieter at all. I don't know if this is maybe due to improper insulation of the interior, but here, merging in traffic. Got some wheel spin in front. I get the same thing happening with the Equinox that I'm driving for work. I have a work vehicle, a company vehicle, which is a 2020 Chevy Equinox. It has about 120,000 miles right now. And I have not had any issues with it whatsoever other than brakes and tires. Now, I got to tell you, this is probably my least exciting vehicle that I've been driving, but it takes me from point A to point B, and it gets over 30 miles per gallon. And I think this is due for replacement already, so maybe in the future I'll get one of these as a company vehicle. Of course, it's not up to me, but we're going to check out the acceleration here. On paper, it's about 8.2 seconds, 0 to 60. So definitely not a speed demon, not something that you're going to go racing from light to light. But we're definitely going to see if it's capable of merging in traffic. And once that turbo kicks in, it actually goes 45 miles per hour. That's about as far as we can go on this street. But it's enough to merge you in traffic. Definitely, as always, make sure that you have enough time to get in there. I love the way it feels. I like the great visibility, big windshield. I sit up higher. I see everything around me. Decent size mirror. Seats are comfortable, not super supportive. Actually, they have a good balance. They're not too firm. They're not too soft as far as, for me at least, it feels really, really good. So let's talk about the segment for a second. We, of course, have the Japanese Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue, Mazda CX-50, CX-5. As far as the domestics, we also have the Ford. I think they put it in the same category as the Bronco Sport. But I would probably go in between like the Escape and the Edge, somewhere in that range. And of course, we have the Koreans, which is the Hyundai Tucson and Kia Sportage. So this is the competition. And I think right now it really goes head to head with a lot of them as far as the design, as far as the features, as far as the technology, which it was lacking in the previous generation. My 2020 has this tiny little screen. I think it's about 7 inches or so. Nothing as far as the technology that excites me on the work vehicle that I'm driving. And this is a completely different story. Well, let me know what you think about this brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox. Do you like it or not, and why? And guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned one or two things about this brand new vehicle. And if you did, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, I can't thank you enough. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.